What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again, and we are back in Space Engineers. I almost said Stormworks. It's been a long time since I played this. I'm just starting to get back into it, and you know, when I left, there was a couple Halo ships, but not that many, and they weren't really high detailed for the most part. Now, we did check out a Paris-class frigate, I do believe, already. I know we checked out a frigate of some kind. I think it was a Paris-class. It's been a pretty good long time since I did that video, but I've got a new one here for you guys today. This guy's made several ships, and I thought it'd be appropriate to come back to the Paris class first, since that was the last one we did for this, and just kind of show this as a comparison. This is the re-uploaded version by this guy, and this is, I believe it's JP2793 or something, or he goes by Derp on the author thing for this, but it's JP on Steam Workshop. There was a version of this that was designed to work with a Mac cannon. I don't know if this version has that or not. I'm guessing probably not, since that project had been abandoned. But really awesome. Just looking at it from the outside, appearance-wise, it does look very accurate to the Paris-class model just from the get-go. This does, I believe, require possibly some mods. I'm not sure. I think these are the Titan engines, and that's a mod. I'm not 100% positive if that's what those are. The only one that actually says it needs any mods to run is the Marathon class this guy made, so like I said, I'm not quite sure what's going on with this one. And hopefully there's something that says to lock these. I'm hoping that now that those are green, those are locked in position and everything, because the last time I tried to fly away in the old version, everything just kind of flew apart on me. So we're going to go ahead and get through the docking port here. So that's actually cool too, because like the docking port actually has the connector and everything, so this is actually designed as a proper docking port. So we've got something that goes up there right away. I'm guessing that's probably to the bridge, because it says bridge command deck, docking port's right there. I'm not sure what this room is supposed to be, and there's a lot of buttons that light up in here that I'm not really sure what they do. That one, I guess, is lighting. I'm kind of nervous to press too many buttons. I don't know what they do, because I'm likely to do more damage than good, but I guess we'll just press all the buttons. And if the ship falls apart because we did it, you know, now we know. Pretty cool room to come into for the docking port, though. You've got a lot of different screens and stuff showing status of the ship and all that stuff. We got some what appears to be reactors or something here. Just all sorts of different things going on here. So we'll actually go, before we go that way, we'll go down and then we'll go back up and try to fly around the ship. So we've got the vehicle hangar, drone hangar, and an engineering room. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on down here in the lower portion of the ship. And it's really dark. I don't know if I took this way down. Last time I came down here, I'd spawned the ship in atmosphere. The ship doesn't do good in atmosphere. It was actually the other version too, but we've got controls for the hangar bay. There's a lot of different hangars. There's only 2 vehicles in the hangars, one Pelican, and on the other side there's a Saber somewhere, I think probably down there further. But you're able to close off the hangar bay with the various doors and stuff. Put shields up and open up that door now. That one closes it again. Not sure what 4 does. 4 might be the connector or something, I don't know. Before we go down there, we're going to go back to the engine room too, just so you guys can check that out. Oh, that's cool. Those weren't working last time I came down. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. I don't know what that was, but any explosion like that's not good. So we've got the engineering room. This is really cool. There's like a big window that goes back there. I think a lot of that's probably just for looks, but that's sometimes that's all you need in a situation like this. Oh, I don't know what that explosion was. I don't know if that was one of the like nacelle deflector shields coming off or what. That is there. I don't know why this hallway is here. Is that down the other one too? It is. I don't know why those are even there. I feel like those aren't supposed to be for looks. I don't know. Anyways, kind of a neat engine room though. Really like it. A lot of cool looking stuff, and cool looking's good. Those glass floors throw me off though. I hate that. That bothers me. So that goes back up to the bridge and command deck. We already came down that way, so let's go over here. We've got more hangar controls, so you can see the Saber right there, which this goes through. We've got more hangar bays. I'm willing to bet if we go through, we have more hangar bays again. Oh, we do have more hangar bays. We have this. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Just a red chair for some reason. That's unusual. Oh, you know, I need to... I had I had that stuff on. Oh, this is a bit much for me. I meant to change that before the video. I was having fun in survival mode. Okay. Oh, you know what? There's one other thing that we need. Oh, hey, those weren't in before. That's new. There's one other thing we need, which is we need a weapon to make this feel a little bit more accurate. Now, it's Paris class, so a 5C I think will do the trick. There we go. Gotta make it feel more Halo themed, you know, guys? You just can't make it feel Halo themed enough, so I don't know if... Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know if that's actually the connector or not. No, that's not the connector. I don't know what that fourth button does. But yeah, we've got the Saber. I'm not going to go flying around this thing because well, okay, let's hop in it. I'm not going to fly off in it. So yeah, this thing comes with a bunch of auxiliary craft, so it's really cool. So you got a Saber for like defending it, flying around. You've got a Pelican for transport, and then you've got 2 Wombat drones, which I have no idea how those work properly. But, probably not smart firing rockets off in the ship, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Yeah, so there that is. Pretty fancy. We're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and bring this back down. Reconnect it so it doesn't go flying off as we're moving around the ship. And then there's a vehicle hangar. So there isn't actually any Warthogs or anything that come on here, but you could in theory get some or just place some down yourself. And it actually works out really well. I haven't tried to drive a vehicle up here, so I guess I shouldn't say it works out really well without having actually tried it, but you could drive a vehicle up here. And the reason I say it works out well is because these actually come with like magnetic lifts to lift up vehicles and stuff, so you can in theory get like a Warthog or a Scorpion and actually take it down to a planet using the Pelican. This thing is the one I've been having issues with, so I'm really nervous to fly that one because it's crashed like every time. I don't want to like completely wreck the hangar, so we are actually going to leave the Pelican in there and just leave that one be. Pretty neat though that it comes with the Pelican. It looks almost like the Halo 5 design, so I'm not a big fan of that part in particular. I also wish it had more carrying capacity for the fact that it's a dropship. I don't really need oxygen and energy and information on it, as interesting as that is. I'd just rather have that like posted up in its hangar bay or somewhere and just have more seats, but that's my thing. So we're gonna go ahead and go this way. This goes down further. We're going down, down, down. And that brings us out to a just kind of a rear view bay. It's kind of a neat looking position, just overlooks some of the gunning positions in the back. Nothing really too exciting there. It's telling us drop pod bays are further down. We go back here, we've got one of the Wombat controls. I, once again, don't know how to control the Wombat. Yes, this is not the main cockpit. I don't know if any of these have control of it or not. I'm assuming it's a remote controlled type of deal. Turn the lights on, turn that on. Of course, this is all in like German too. Connector. Well, I don't want to do that without turning on the thrusters. I don't want connected blocks though. That's the thing. I forget how to show block and terminal. Forget how to just do just the blocks that I'm looking at here when I'm in this. Enable broadcasting. So there's broadcasting stuff. I just don't know how to operate it is the problem. There's a connector there. I would want this thing turned on before we sent it flying out. Let's see here. Oh, that bit was completely gone the last time I played too. I'm glad to see that's connected and everything this time around. There's a second wombat. And this whole entire room was just gone. It was decimated. So this is a new room for me. So you go past here, you got the wombats. You go down even further, and past the wombats, we have a drop pod base. So this is pretty cool. These are actually semi-functional drop pods. I don't know how well they would survive re-entry onto a planet, but they can. They're capable of it. So let's see here. We've got the drop pod bay doors. Those open up. Drop pods are good to go. This is the lighting for it. Turn on red lights. And I forget. Is there instructions on how to use this? One of the ships have instructions on how to use these things. I forgot how for sure. You just, I guess you just turn on mass and then you just disconnect and it just drops like that. It does all the rest of the work for you. Okay, so that's the bottom of the ship. Let's go ahead. Let's go back now that we've gone through all the rest of that stuff, and let's go back to the front of the ship here, and we'll check out the command bay and all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and head back in. We will head up here. Yeah, we'll do this. So we've got like a command deck. This isn't the actual proper bridge, but it's kind of like a command area where a lot of officers and stuff would be. You've got your briefing table, a lot of chairs that don't do anything, and you've got armor-plated front windows. Give me a second, guys. Then going back and back this way, we've got an escape pod bay. I have not figured out how to use these, but it was crashed by the time I tried to use them, so that is probably part of it. The escape pod bay doors, make sure those are open. We'll try using those once we're done looking at the ship here. But the cool thing is you just come from the escape pod, you go up, or you can use the access tunnels on the side there. But here we are at the main bridge. Coming through, a lot more sensor images of the ship showing status. It's just saying to press the lock button, which I already did before I started the video, before moving, because everything will fall off the side. Now, I did press it. Now, I haven't moved, so I haven't tried this out. This is not the main cockpit. Oh yeah, that's right. The main cockpit is actually the command seat, so it's just the command chair. Okay, so yeah. Now, when if you guys do go and you want to go out and get this thing after watching this video, I highly, 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 highly recommend getting the re-uploaded version. The non-uploaded version, I don't know why he hasn't deleted it, but the non-re-upload has, it's not functional properly. So I don't know what a lot of these videos do. That looks like reverse thrusters. I'm going to turn dampeners off. I don't know what that button did. It was not reverse thrusters. I don't know what that is though. So let's see here. We've got the so it looks like there is in fact a functional Mac cannon here. This is the camera for it. So that's the camera for it. Let's see what that looks like in third person. Takes a minute to reload, it sounds like. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. I wish we had a target. We'll have to get a target for that. So let's go ahead and press Z. Let's get our inertial dampeners on and get this thing stopped. Let's take a look at our launchers. So we've got a left side rocket launcher there. That probably means we've got more than that, I would think. So pretty neat. I don't know what those things I'm turning on and off are doing. I wish I did. So yeah, connectors here. I'm presuming that's for the docking ports. Could also be for like the hangar bays and stuff like that. Gotta turn on all the things. Okay, so yeah, these are this one. Oh, that's didn't miss it, just the last one. This thing has so many controls. Like everything on here is filled up. Every one of these trays. I've never seen a ship that's taken up so many projiggers, you know? Still don't know how to control that drone. This feels like it's the Wombat camera here. Oh. Well, something definitely detached from the ship. I just don't know what it is. I think... Oh, we got an SOS beacon I turned on. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, well, I detached one of the Wombats. I detached both the Wombats and closed the bay doors on them at the same time. Oopsies. Well, that's how you don't launch a Wombat, whatever I did, by just pressing random buttons. I'm sure somebody will correct me on this that's used this. I'm really hoping somebody will. I would love to know how to use the Wombats, because there's other ships in this guy's gallery of various UNSC vessels that he's got. Other Wombats and stuff in these things. So let's go ahead. Let's stop here. So this thing, it's trying to slow down. It's kind of struggling a bit. A little bit of issues getting over the decks and stuff with the consoles and stuff with the way these are laid out. So I'm not a big fan of that, because you have to use your jetpack to get around, and if you're doing like a survival or something, or permadeath like game match, not necessarily an ideal thing that you want to be trying to deal with, is trying to hop over stuff. So let's do this. Let's spawn in. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna spawn in a ship that will show off at a different point. So I'm thinking like the Strident, because I hate the Strident and I want to blow it up. And we'll do that. So we've got the Strident class re-upload here, so we'll put that one up. And we'll put that in front of our Paris class, the much superior design aesthetics Paris class. You know, I will say though, I did play and check out this guy's Strident, and even though I'm not a big fan of the design of the ship and the fact that it's of course Halo 5, and I guess Halo 4 even too, because they were in the Infinity. I will say I do like his design for it. You know, I mean, it's just based off the games, but you know, with some of the stuff they adds in there and stuff, it's still cool exploring it. Oh boy. There's are those connectors back there too? Interesting. I don't know what those would be for. Oh, moving that caused one of our drop. Oh, I was pushing the connectors for the drop pods or the escape pods. Oh boy, oops. Okay, well that's fine. It's not a big deal. So let's do this. We're gonna line up here. Might take us a second to get on target. Let's see what kind of damage this bad boy does. Well, it looks like a pretty good hit. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, we did some damage. It's hard to really tell or appreciate it, the penetration, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing space on the other side of that. So let's do this. Let's hit with the second round. As soon as it's reloaded here, we'll hit with the second one. And we're gonna work our way getting up a little bit closer. Check out the damage this thing's doing up close. I think that was hitting the same spot we just hit before. Alright, so let's take a peek here. Actually, I should do is I'm gonna cheat to get out of here a little bit quicker. That's not the thing I meant to delete. I deleted something else. Okay. So let's take a look, see what we did. Our wombat's now in front of that somehow. I don't know how that happened. So let's see what kind of damage we've actually done. Oh yeah, so the one was hitting up over here by the hangar, so I think the one didn't do anything really at all. I'm not positive, but man, the other one here, I don't know if this is just from the first one or this is from a combination of all three, but we did some significant damage on the ship. We punctured all the way through the ship here at this point, and we've exposed a lot of the internal organs. The drop pod bay is not looking so good here. Beyond that, you know, of course this is all venting. Anybody who's not got a helmet on inside's dead. Probably a lot of people who had helmets on inside are dead. We've got remnants of drop pods floating around. This was part of a drop pod, so yeah, there was more drop pods and stuff in here. Those are mostly incinerated. Yeah, we punched a hole through, like I said, the other side. Obviously, you guys can see that. That's pretty evident. The other side looks, for the most part, okay. Obviously, just, you know, I mean, you got that hole in there, but most of the armor and everything's intact from the other side. But honestly, that doesn't really matter much what the armor looks like if the inside's Swiss cheese. You know, that wasn't anything too important. You're probably not going to have a lot of people in the drop pod bay with where I hit, but imagine that hitting the command deck. In fact, we don't even have to imagine it. We can just do that. Let's do that, guys. Before we do that, though, we got, what were we at, 25 minutes? Yeah, we got a little bit more time. Let's just go ahead and check this out, because I didn't do that before. So yeah, this is a lot different than the other one. That wasn't like a whole big thing like this. So that's really cool looking in there. So I guess somebody could get in there and like weld that down or something, or grind it down to disable your MAC cannon, but I wouldn't want to be in there if that thing fires. That would be kind of an interesting test, though, just to throw somebody inside of it and just say good luck. Oh, apparently I messed that gyroscope up, or whatever that is. I'm sorry, I had no gravity yet here. There we go. Oh. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to hit this from this angle here. That was a little low. Gotta raise it up a bit here. Gotta aim a little bit high, although that probably did some damage. I don't know how everybody's laid out on the inside of that ship. I checked it out briefly, but I can't really remember how any of it's laid out. We've got some debris floating off away from it. Okay, so that was a hit directly to the bridge. So let's go ahead, let's check that back. We're going to just delete another part. We're going to delete another window here. I'll have to delete more stuff I don't mean to. But, you know, all things considered, I mean, this thing's holding up fairly well. But, yeah, that looks like the bridge is pretty much done. Well, maybe not. I mean, we took out a lot of command stuff in here. Maybe I didn't check this out. I thought I did, but I don't remember that. Maybe I just was looking at it from the exterior. Well, actually, all of our important parts for the bridge are still operational, so actually this thing keeps kicking here. I mean, even with that, I mean, once again, if your people are sitting there without suits or something, I mean, they're dead. They're done. But beyond that, everything else is... We got some explosions going on here. I suspect, yeah, some stuff in the drop pod bay is going on and it's exploding and stuff in there. So what did we hit? Well, well, nobody's going to be leaving that part of the bridge, so let's leave on this side here. Didn't penetrate this time, but we did take out most of their, like, command deck off the bridge so that, like, their ops center and stuff is gone. You know, we've got a little bit of like a holographic ship on there that they've got. That's the bridge projector. Yeah, if there's any important controls here, I don't know if there is or not. I'm guessing probably not, since most of the important stuff's here. You know, gone. I mean, that's just, it's 2 hits though, because that first hit was kind of low. But once again, just tore apart everything. A couple, you know, a lot of the stuff is placed in the center too, though. So a lot of the important venues or avenues of moving through the ship here are still very much intact. So actually, not too bad of damage. I mean, it's devastating looking, but efficiency-wise, I'm not sure if it's very good. It's a very fast round once you fire it, but it does take a long time to reload. So it's kind of a risky round for sure once you actually get that out and you go and fire that. Still, nonetheless, I really like it. I really dig this Paris class. This one's definitely a lot better than the not re-uploaded version, where I was getting really frustrated because everything was just falling apart on me. Let's go ahead and we'll use this. We'll use this thing now here, because we didn't do that. Nope. Didn't go up high enough. Where did I break? Well, my stuff seems intact. Get our Pelican up for boarding action, all that stuff, you know. Oh, that sounded important. Or we're hitting on the bottom there. Oh. Probably did it a favor by shutting that antenna off. Why don't I actually aim back here, try and take out the engines. Well, we definitely did some damage to the forward engines. I don't know if it's got any still operational at this point. 2 of them are on fire for sure, but there is 3, and I can't make out the third. Oh, third is on fire too. Yeah, all the main forward engines are done. There might be a couple thrusters still left, but this thing is for the most part toast. But you know, that would be trickier in combat because this thing's of course going to be moving around. You have to contend with that. And it seems I actually did do... Oh, no, there is still bottom thrusters. This thing's just really bad at moving up. Oh, broke. It was bad at moving up before. It's going to be worse now. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, yeah, guys, so that's the Paris class frigate and about half of a Stalwart class. Or, not Stalwart, Trident class, correction. So we will be checking probably this one out next. I'm not sure, but as soon as we get the chance to record another video, get that upload, I'll have it up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. Take it easy, and I will see you all around.